what you know about me.
So what advice would you give to somebody like myself, Paxton, or any other young professional looking out that, how do you maintain those relationships, right? Because we talk a lot about building those. How do you maintain those at such a large scale that you have? Because you've encountered so many amazing people.
So one of them, I would say, just from a simple perspective, is be the friend that you like to have. You be that friend to other people. So by way of, how would you like your friends to share with you? You share with them the same things, and I think that everybody's got something that they can share and put in play.
Yeah.
So be the friend that you like to have. You be that friend, and
So real.
yeah, there was a saying that Bob Johnson used to say, and that was build your friends before you need them. And for me on that one is kind of, uh, the gifts that you have and the things that you have, share those with other people. And when it comes time where you need something back from somebody, you're not borrowing something that you haven't already lent out to other people. And so share, be meaningful, give all of what you can. It could be making an introduction to another person when someone needs something. It could be loaning or giving money away to somebody. It could be getting somebody into. I've gotten into multiple events, and when I turned around, there was somebody else who wanted to get in, and rather just going in and closing the door behind me, I opened the door a little bit longer and got them into the same room I was getting into. There was early on in my career, back in it would have been like back in 1989. I remember I was going over for a meeting at WLRM, which was the PBS radio station, or the NPR radio station in Miami. And I was going over there to meet with them to ask them to broadcast the live concerts that we were doing at the Miami Way Theater, Philip Michael Thomas's theater at the time. And I'm getting on the elevator. I'm going upstairs to meet with this guy, Don. I'm blanking on his last name. And I see someone walking toward the elevator door. Mm-hmm. And instead of just letting the elevator door close, I put my hand out really quickly, swiped the thing, and the elevator doors opened up. The guy gets on the elevator, and he says, "Well, thank you." And so I could have just been lazy or said, I don't care, like, the door's closing. No, I went the extra mile to open the door up for the gentleman. And I get upstairs, and it turns out that's who I was coming to the radio station to meet.
Wow.
So
Crazy.
The vibe of me saving the door to, open the door for him, where he appreciated it and thanked me for it, versus like it would have been wholly different if I just let the door close and like, yeah, okay, yeah, you're the guy who let the door close on me, and didn't let me up on the elevator. Whereas he gets on the elevator, I said, "Hey, how are you?" He said, "Thank you. It was really nice of you to keep the elevator door open for me." And I was like, "Yeah, no problem at all. Hope you have a good afternoon." Not knowing that that's the person who I'm going to go meet with. So It made all the difference in that meeting. And that actually helped that was one of the integral things, which was a stepping stone in my career, which was this radio series, this jazz series that I did on radio in Miami, metropolitan Miami. That actually, one of the people who was a board member of the Chamber of Commerce heard the show and ended up coming to the theater, saw the show, and she was the one who made the introduction for me with the tourist board in Aruba. So who knows if that meeting had gone differently, that one little thing of being kind enough to, open a door for somebody. I try to have that same type of mindset when I drive. When you see somebody cutting in front of you,
yep,
it's like we all do it. Everyone cuts people off invariably at different times for different reasons. Mm-hmm. And so rather than be angry and blow the horn at them and start an argument, just like, hey, I cut off people sometimes. I try not to, but sometimes I do if I'm trying to swipe in a lane or something. So let me just, share an act of kindness or let someone in, like wave them in, because you see they're under some degree of distress. So that's what I try to do in my life. And that's part of the affirmations that I say to myself in the morning and in the evening, on just trying to be a better person and having a quality life. I try to live that on a daily basis. And that to me is part of the whole thing about building relationships. And that has been truly one of the greatest blessings of the whole of my career, have been the relationships that I've been able to build and keep over the course of my career.
That's and it's so reassuring to hear you say that, brother.